Do you love to hike, but just don't feel like you quite have the strength and the agility in your legs that's required? As you know, we've had a crazy pandemic the last few years, and a lot of us have not exercised or trained as much. A lot of people haven't been outdoors hiking as much as they'd like to. People haven't been indoors training in the gym. A lot of us have been spending time behind the computer screens, the TV, watching Netflix, and so forth. And as a consequence of all that, a lot of us have atrophy. And if your muscle tissue atrophies, it's going to be harder for you to feel strong and capable when you're out on the trail trying to conquer those hills. So, what I'd love to show you is a great exercise that helps you simultaneously do two things. One, you're going to build really good strength throughout the entirety of your lower body. And in addition to that, you're going to be moving in a way that's going to help your body be able to respond more confidently to adverse trail conditions. Maybe there's a rock, or maybe there's a downed tree, or you accidentally slip. Maybe your hiking pole gives out, or you have a big pack on, right? Things happen. And if you build a resilient body, you're going to be able to respond to that more confidently without getting injured. So today, I'd love to show you that, an exercise that does those two things. Okay, so today we're going to be working on developing better leg strength, but also working on your mobility and agility so that when you're out hiking on the trails, you're able to respond to adverse conditions as they may appear and feel good about them at the same time. So this is a great exercise. It's called compass lunges. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by 4 cones, one to the north, the south, east, and west, right? And then you have the in between northeast, southwest, etc. So what I want you to do is you're going to figure out how you can make at least 4 points on your own. In the center of the 4 points, that's where you're going to start. Then if you want to go in a systematic fashion and work your way around the compass, you can. Otherwise, you can have maybe even a partner call out different directions, and then you have to respond and lunge in that position. That's what we're doing, working on your lunging ability in a dynamic fashion. So a few things you're going to pay attention to as I point them out. So maybe we start working in this north direction, right? So with my left leg, I'm lunging forward, north, keeping my heel down. My knee is traveling forward beyond my toes if possible, so you're stretching your Achilles. This is called left hip flexion, so I have right shoulder flexion. Coming back to center, switch legs, right leg forward, heel down, knee beyond the toes if possible. So now I'm in right hip flexion. My left shoulder is moving forward, kind of mirroring how you would walk or hike on your own, right? So working to the right, I'm going to lunge, keep my toes facing forward if you like. Push your hip back, other arm coming forward. Again, it would look like this maybe. Good. Working towards the west, opposite side, and lunge with my left leg. Right arm comes forward. As I do that, I'm bending this leg and hip as much as I can. Keep this leg straight. And then if I do a reverse lunge going towards south, you're just going to step back. Left knee travels forward, keeping that front heel down. Right arm comes up. You could switch sides. Maybe you want to look at a target. So those are basic compass lunges to begin with. As you can see, I don't have my socks or shoes on, and I recommend training barefoot if you can at home. It's not the end of the world if you're not able to, but training without shoes is going to allow you to build more proprioceptive awareness in your feet and your ankles, building mobility, and also developing strength so that when you're hiking, you're going to be able to feel stronger as you do so. So this is kind of like a beginning stage. If you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can work on curtsy lunges. So curtsy lunges is when, say I'm trying to travel over to the right side. With my left leg, I'm going to move away, or move towards rather. So if you want, you could kind of move the target. You could think of southeast, moving towards that direction, maybe southwest, stepping back. If you want to look in that direction, you can. Notice my front foot is kind of planted to the ground. You could change position slightly so it's a little bit more challenging on your legs, on your balance, on your knees, right? So those are curtsy lunges. All those together are really good. If you're able to do them and you feel confident, you can add some weight, right? So you can develop more strength, more muscle mass. You could use a dumbbell or a kettlebell or anything else that you think would be helpful. And when you're doing these exercises, you can see how they would transfer over into real life when you're out on the trail, right? Maybe there's a rock or a downed tree, or there's a creek you have to step over. Or maybe sometime you're on a nail trail or excuse me, a narrow trail, and your hiking pole slips and you kind of have to shift your body weight. But now that you've done this training on your own at home, you're able to respond to those trail conditions without any adverse reactions on your part. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you found it helpful, if you could support my channel by liking the video below and subscribing to my channel, that would be really great and supportive. In addition to that, if you are someone who really deals with a lot of chronic aches and pains and that holds you back from enjoying your time in the outdoors hiking, I have a great resource that should be helpful to you. It contains some of my favorite exercises that are definitely going to help keep you pain-free and mobile when you go out hiking. You could download that at the bottom of this page. I'll drop a link in addition to my homepage where you can access that. So thanks a lot for all your support and talk to you soon.